This is Hotplate Egg Tofu, a Chinese zhicha hogger dish of deep-fried egg tofu over sizzling eggs and topped with the most delicious gravy ever. This is always cooked to order and served to your table while it's all sizzling and bubbling just like this. And you can recreate this restaurant style right at home, and here's how, so let's go. First, let's talk about the tofu. This is egg tofu, which is a special kind of tofu made with soy milk and eggs, of course. To prepare it from tubes, all you do is cut the middle with a knife with the packaging still on and then gently squeeze it out. And then simply slice it into round discs like this. It's usually sold as tubes like this, but you can find the boxed square versions as well. Those work too. After slicing it, I like to place them on some paper towels just to blot away some of the extra moisture before the next step, which is to deep fry this. Get some oil in a pan or pot like this. You want a lot of oil, so just enough oil that would totally submerge the tofu discs. Let it get hot over medium heat and gently drop the egg tofu in. You can actually pan fry the egg tofu and save lots of oil, but you'll have to be super gentle since the egg tofu is really soft and fragile, so it breaks easily. Deep frying it means I don't have to touch or mess with it. Just let it hang out in the oil and get all nice and golden brown just like this, and I have intact deep fried egg tofu. Take the golden brown egg tofu out of the oil, and I like to drain it on some paper towels just to remove some excess grease and keep that to one side. Next, let's make the easy sauce. To a pan, add some oil. Once it's hot, add the onions, minced garlic, minced or grated ginger, and then stir fry all of that until it's fragrant. And then toss in your minced meat of choice. I love using minced beef because it has so much flavor without needing any prior marination. Also, it cooks super fast. Give all of that a stir fry, and you want to let the meat cook to about 80%. Once it's there, I toss in my prawns next. Prawns also cook super quick as well. So once the prawns are pink, I add my seasonings of oyster sauce, light soy sauce, and a dash of dark soy sauce. Give all of that a stir fry to combine, and once you can start smelling the oyster sauce, add stock. Or you can also just use water. I definitely recommend the stock because this is what will give it that restaurant level flavor. Give it a stir and then add in your veggies next. I'm adding my so-called hard veggies first, so I have some baby corn here along with some carrots. Stir everything together and let this mixture come to a bubbly boil. Once it boils, I add in my leafy vegetables next. I have here some baby bok choy, it's also called nai bai. Next, stir in some cornstarch slurry. You want to add the cornstarch slurry gradually until you get a nice thick gravy, just like this. Finally, stir in sesame oil. I like to add it right at the end so the sesame flavor is retained. And ground white pepper to taste. And our easy peasy gravy is all done. Okay, hot plate time. Add some oil if you need. Let the hot plate or cast iron pan get nice and hot. And once it's hot, scramble some eggs and pour it in. Swirl the hot plate around to coat the eggs on the sides of the pan. Once it cooks halfway through, so the bottom is just starting to solidify but the surface is still nice and runny, top it with the fried egg tofu. And then immediately pour over the gravy. And the hot plate tofu is all done. Take the pan off the heat and serve immediately. It's all about that sexy sizzle. And you know what, if you don't have a hot plate or cast iron skillet even, no worries, okay? Just use a regular pan. Add some oil to the pan and let it get hot. Once hot, add the scrambled eggs in and swirl the pan to get a nice lifting of the eggs on the sides of the pan. Cook it halfway, add the deep fried egg tofu, and then top it over with the yummy gravy, and your hot plate or hot pan tofu is all done. Except for the initial wow aesthetics factor of seeing it all bubbly and sizzling, it tastes the absolute same. Surprise! This tastes amazing, especially with some rice. This is one of those classic char dishes that the table will always order, and it's really easy to prepare too, so I hope you give this a go, and bye! If you love this recipe, you're gonna love any of these as well, so go on and click on them now.